Selection wheel mod for VR allows you to select spells, weapons, shields, armors without going into the menu very quickly. Press a button, combination of buttons to spawn the wheel, and hold your hand over the item. Right. Will this work well with Index? You can grab potions and food directly from the wheel if you have Higgs installed. Out of curiosity, is it the same? Alright. The thing with Higgs, I'm thinking Higgs sounds good. Hand interaction and gravity gloves for Skyrim. Could it cause other problems? I don't want to use the gravity gloves straight from the start, but what I was actually thinking is once my character gets the telekinesis spell, maybe the gravity gloves almost make sense. However... Alright. Let's first of all try the spell wheel mod. It requires Sky UI VR. Got it. Sky VR. Oh, okay. When it's Sky VR tools. Do I have Sky VR tools? You know what? Right. I do have the extender. I have Sky UI VR. Don't I? I do have Sky UI VR. I must have that installed. I know there could be two versions, but okay. Let's just double check that. Skyrim. Sky UI VR. Got Sky UI VR. Don't have Skyrim tools. This. Right, let's have a look. SKSE plugins. Okay. Oh, is Vrick and Higgs not that compatible? Oh no, it works good with Vrick. Seems 10 times more practical than the voice one. It might be. I'm gonna try them all, I think. Higgs was Vrick, but haven't really played Skyrim VR in a while. Now, Vrick is the one where you can draw, like, little cool things. But I gotta be honest with you, as cool as that is, and it is very cool, it's somewhat clumsy to set up. You have to kind of set it up for each spell, and seem to use stamina each time I do it, and that's probably because it's the same button as sprint. And so there's all sorts of weirdnesses with it. It's very cool, though. But I can't remember if Vrick is what I'm using for the body mod. Isn't Vrick what I'm using for the body mod? That might be what I'm using for the bloody body mod. I've got another... There might be another body mod, though. I do have something else. No, Vrick is the body mod. Then what's the one that does the spells, then? It's... probably something completely different, then. MageVR, that was it. MageVR, probably. Yeah, MageVR. So I could... MageVR mod, that's the one I'm thinking of. That's very, very cool. And I know it conflicted with Vrick a tiny little bit. I had to disable some things, I think. Because they both had over-the-shoulder slots. Can't remember. So I may need to reset it if I remove the MageVR. But... if MageVR is cool but not as useful as this spell wheel, I will probably go for that. Alright, let's just see. Okay, excuse me a second. I need to log in. God damn it, forgot all about that. Right. The backpack in MageVR is really just not very convenient to use. Well, to be honest with you, yeah, I sort of agree with you a little bit there. I use MageVR for the signs. It's absolutely superb for the signs. The signs are awesome. They're just very cool. But they're very cool, somewhat slow and clumsy though still. Oddly enough, for actual moments of combat, the favorites menu is much more useful, and that's sort of a bit of a problem. That's why I wanted something else. But this other option seems like a good one. Let's. I've got to get. Trying to remember what my authenticator was. Two-step authentication. Don't leave home without it. Hmm. Okay. Sorry about that, guys. Just security issues. Oh, if Higgs actually improves interaction with objects, that's probably worth it all by itself. So yeah, you're probably right. I need Skyrim VR tools as well. So Skyrim VR tools, install, enable. Now I probably this is just a bunch of stuff that gets used by other mods, so I don't need to learn anything about this, he says, ignoring the advice he gives everyone else. Spell wheel. Right, what do we do here? By default, it only shows your favorited spells, but you can enable favorited or potions. So anything on the favorites, it shows. How do we... Default button is grip plus trigger for both hands. Pressing both together should spawn the wheel if you have any favorited spells. You can enable other types in the MCM menu. Oh, okay. Does it pause time? See, I don't know how I feel about that. I sort of feel like that's probably the best way to do it. It's almost like you're in your own brain, so time is like, time is stood still as you're making a decision, and which makes sense. It does make sense. I must admit there was a side of me hoping for something a bit like almost like a belt to grab from your belt, but this is probably the best thing, and it does look a lot more immersive than using the other menu. Just doesn't seem. Let's give it a try. Yeah, let's just give it a bloody try. There's no. Okay, spell wheel. Did I already add that? Oh, you can do if and how much it pauses time. All right. Unresolved conflicts. File access, for instance. Okay. Okay, they've got two files. Fist Factory. Right. Oh. Is that why would I want the spell wheel one after file access interface for Skyrim? Surely I actually want the file access interface for Skyrim to beat everything just in case it gets an update. If it gets an update and this one doesn't. This one's appearing before it's locked for Fist. No, this is right. That absolutely should be it because that's Fist's DLL for VRR. Spell Wheel VR before or at when it. What do you think? I think the main file should come after. You know what? Doesn't really matter. We'll find out. We'll find out soon enough if it doesn't work. Just generally speaking, what happens is these mods include the files for some reason. I'm not 100% sure why, but they don't alter them. I don't think they should alter them, but maybe they have, and maybe it's required alterations. But in that case, it could break other things. But it would also mean future updates of that mod would break. So I don't know. We'll see. Okay, well, and we might as well go back to the display view. Where's it gone? Might as well go back to this. And of course, we might as well go full screen now. See what we're dealing with. Did I see the Stalker 2 trailer? Yes, I did. Did I feel like I was cramped in there? I feel like I'm way too small. I feel like I'm way too small. Excuse me, miss. Could you come here and be ready for me?
You really think I could be a black?
You must be one of those wizards from the college in Winterhold.
Or maybe I'm as good as you?
Oh, the question. How often does it occur that another mod maker provides a better common library for the game? It depends. Which I guess is why you have to come off. Usually yes or no. Okay, right. So what was it? Grip and triggers. Woo! Oh. Ah. And of course the grip and the triggers are what I use Mage mod. And what do I do? Healing. Spark. Flame. Oh, it's not pause time now, is it? I need to change mine. Oh, sorry. Thanks. Thank you. Sorry. My bad. I just want to go and get something in my hand so I know I'm wielding it. All right. So. And then sparks and what's this one? I don't know what that is. Is that null? Is that empty hand? Healing. Oh, okay. It's just one hand is needed for each one. Actually, that's not bad. You know what? I gotta tell you, that's going to be pretty instinctive. Just, that's empty hand. No, it's not. That's sparks. What's the red one? That's not bad, actually. Just... Although it's sort of... It seems to depend where your hand is. Which, if I've got it here, it's way above. Maybe I can change that in the settings. The trails are from a different mod that gets to draw the thing. I'm going to have to disable that because they definitely conflict. But that seems like it might be a slightly more reliable way of doing spells, to be honest. And I have to say, you don't even do it in... You can even do it without time pausing, which could be a kind of cool extra little Because it's not actually... It depends on how many spells you've got, I guess. I'm going to say once you get a lot of spells, you might want to... Can you slow it down? But in... by certain amounts. All right, so MageVR we're probably going to uninstall it. As cool as that is. As cool as that is. Spell wheel. VR. Presets. Low... wait. Oh. Mage only player. Warrior only player. Rogue. Spell sword. Orb count presets. 36. Oh, okay. So if I do spell sword. All right. Oh. Oh. Ah. Oh no, it's... Oh, so it's just including all... Ah, it define... I got... Oh, God, I just crashed something, didn't I? Did I just crash something? I think I just crashed something, guys. I get it, right. So it defines what goes on the quick thing. Right. I'm still got... Skyrim sounds playing in my head. Oh no, it's back. It is back. It's back. It's back. It's back. It's back. By the way, is it right? You see the logo at the top with the overlay? Is it better with that on or off? Like for VR? Because I was wondering if having that there helped you focus on it so you didn't get VR sickness, or is it worse? Tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna remove MageVR. I'm almost convinced I'm gonna prefer this one. So we can just. It's not that MageVR is not very cool, because it's absolutely, totally cool. I mean, it is a very, very cool program. It is very, 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 very cool. You think it helps? All right, that might be one way of doing this then. All right, let's just get rid of MageVR for now. Well, I thought the voice recognition would be very convenient. Actually, just very slow. It's very, very slow indeed, and more importantly, it didn't actually do anything. So like... The not working part was probably the big killer. Alright. So now we don't have MageVR. However, what we do have... That's not gonna lie, that's pretty good. So, and I can also set it for different weapons, etc. I don't think I will do that, because I think what's gonna happen is, for example, I'm going to end up with... I'm gonna put that... Oh.
You really think I can be a blacksmith someday?
Oh, wait. Ah, I think I've... Oh, I've got to change... Now I've got to change... Where is it? Because I disabled the shoulder holsters. I think. Left shoulder... Yeah, right. In fact, actually, I want to just allow pretty much everything. I disabled it purely because the other mod was doing it. So now I can put my bow away, you see. So I'm probably going to be doing that for weapons, and I'll get, you know, I'll put the shield here. I'll find it. There it is. And I'll put the sword there. And the advantage to that is I can just pull the I can pull the weapons out like that, or I can put it away, do the bow, and put this back. That actually works brilliantly. And I'll use the other thing for spells. So, you know, right, I'm at sparks. No, that's flames. Healing. You know what I mean? And now I've got healing ready. So I'm probably going to use that. Is the vertical blur just for stream? No, the vertical blur is a transition point. If you look at my finger here, you're looking at both my right eye and my left eye. But what they've done is they've just got a transition point somewhere between it. And they just try and blur it so you don't notice the transition that much, because it's impossible to get it perfect. Because the transition varies with distance. So they've just got an overall blur where they just merge two images in and hope you don't notice it as much. But believe it or not, it's actually easier to watch than just one eye. Strange as that may sound. So anyway, the weapons I think I can leave there. But it seems like this thing's got quite a lot of options, and I'm liking them. So, we had presets. I'm guessing, like, rogue is potions and weapons. Spell sword was spells and weapons. Let's have a look. Types, right. Let's look at not the general. Button grip 2. That seemed to work just fine. Hover text, show items in context. Main hand. Use Higgs to grab potions and foods. If we've got it. Only allow Higgs when grabbable. Unequipped to grab with Higgs. Well, I don't have that at the moment, so that's not an option. Types. Show... so I can specify the different things. So, for example, what I could do is have... any favourite melee weapons I've got? Again, I don't think I'm going to need them. But I could do potions, for example. Or certain spells, right? It only shows favourite spells. Oh, favourite shouts. You know what? That's probably a useful one. Don't know how often I'll be changing that, but... And favourite powers. Alright, yeah, so basically this just shows favourite spells, or I could do... Oh, and I can do menus. So, alright, so now that I've changed that, if I do this, I've got Battle Cry. Whereas on this one, I don't have Battle Cry. What is the middle one? That's the no option. Oh, this is really nice. This is why didn't you tell me about this? Sorry, I just like doing that to people. Oh! Show hover text. Can I change where it is so it's a bit lower? Show hover text, item text scale. No, that's okay. That's... Oh, positions. Positions. Orb scale. I can make the orbs... Different distance multiple, vertical wheel position. So I could change it so that it's a little lower. Let's just... Oh. It was 20, right? It was 20. Oh. But now it's... The reason I'm thinking is because very often I'll be like doing it like this. It's a bit far away though, isn't it? I feel like it should be closer. Slightly more to the front. I like the fact that you can move it. Alright, let's put it back to 10 and see what that does. And distance multiplier. I'm just gonna lower that to 1 instead of... Sorry, no, 1.2 instead of 1.5 and see what that does. Oh. Is that closer? Oop. Seems closer on that hand, so I feel like it needs to be a little further away. You don't think it saved the setting? I think it did. It just did. Oh. Oh, no. Right. You're absolutely right. Okay. So. Well, then in which case, that's probably exactly where I want it. Vertical wheel position. No. Right, there you go. All right, okay. So, let's see what happens with this one then.
As good as you only dreaming? Or maybe even as good as you?
So it is higher now? Is it closer? Oh, whoa.
Hard like you've been doing. Bravest blacksmith Skyrim has ever seen.
Thanks, Papa.
Not totally sure what that did. So I'm going to put that back to... Which is Y? Is it that one? I guess. The buttons are all different because I don't have A, B, Y, and so it's a little odd. All right. The vertical wheel position. HMD relative vertical. If this is enabled, spell wheel will be fixed in HMD relative vertical position. May fix wheel vertical stutter or bobbing. Min distance from player. Rise from ground. When this spell... Okay, let's just... Oh! Oh, come on. Oh, come on. Come on. Better or worse? See, the reason I don't like the height difference is each time I do it, I'm getting higher and higher.
You'll get some time at the fort.
Less jarring. Yeah, I think so too. Alright, let's move it somewhere else. Sorry, let's try this one. Spell wheel drawn spawn speed. We can slow it down, max or position orbs order. Alright. Weapons orbs order 7. You know what, that's that. I can probably figure that one out. Let's try disabling that one and see what happens.
Keep watching me.
Alright. I'm getting a bit tired of waiting.
I feel like I want it here, you see, not there. That's... It's okay when I over to the side. So definitely seem to want it a little lower, I think, for me. Min distance from player. I think I'm going to increase that a tiny bit because it did get a... It felt a little... Orb more... What's this one? This is the distance between the orbs. That, to be honest with you, that makes more sense. And I think I'm going to increase that and see what happens. Thank you, Zolfrog. Kermiberis. Thank you very much. Gifted 5 subs. Alright, so that'll make the thing a little bit bigger, probably. They're a little further apart from each other. And it's on the level of my hands, you see, so I am going up, but not that much. I kind of... Isn't there a minimum distance from me it's supposed to be? Am I wrong to think that... See, I'm actually gonna increase this up a little bit more, maybe? Minimum distance, let's go with 60, yeah? Let's see what happens there. I love the fact that this is customizable. Oh, is it distance to the side? Oh, it's distance to the side. That explains that one. That's why it's getting further and further around. Or at least that's what seems to be happening. Because I could get it right on top of me. And it didn't care about that. Yeah, that seems more... But I can still... Alright, I've just got to make sure I do it in front of me. Which I can do. And it would seem... Yeah, I like that. You see, my fist is almost in the empty hand. So, you know, I can sort of just an empty hand it. That, I think, is the perfect place. I like this. I like this. Would be nice if it always came up centered on the hand. Well, yeah, that's kind of what it's doing now. But I think what you have to do is play around with it for your own... The other thing is, don't extend your hand and do it. Well, you can, but then you really are, like, you're at your limit. Seems to be easy to do it a little bit closer, and then you've got a bit more ease of movement. What happens if I... No. Okay, sold. That's the power, isn't it? Battle cry. Nope, totally sold. Absolutely. Still can do my weapons with Vrick. Go back to my spells. No, I'm sold. No, I'm sold. That is exactly what we need. The only thing I don't like in Skyrim about spells is when casting them, I feel wrong. I feel like my hand now, I should open it up. I should have my hand like this. And then there is actually a mod that actually lets it so that when you open your hands it fires instead, whereas what I have to do is close my hands and pull the trigger, and then it fires up there. So really what I have to do when I'm firing spells in Skyrim is almost treat it like a gun. Aim like I'm shooting over there, and just... Because that's kind of more or less where it is. So you can do it like this, like you're doing gangster shooting. So I'm like... Because my actual instinct is to do that, to shoot the tree. But yeah, I want to aim with my palm. Now, I think you can adjust where the spells aim on your hands. I think you can do that. And there is, I believe, a mod. I can't remember what it was. It might even be one of the ones I've got installed. Where when you've got a spell installed, you have to keep your fingers curled around it. And if you open your hand, it fires. That's perfect. See, this is so working. This is no, I'm liking that. We found the perfect. We found the perfect setup. We found it. I'm liking it. Like Vrick has got that. I thought so. But I seem to remember it was a tiny bit. Let's have a look. ARP controls. Gesture haptics. That was it. Who was that? Who's that? Cobra! Thank you very much for the resub. Whoop! Whoop! The problem now, of course, is you have to really concentrate, because it's like... That's fine! But if you're accidentally like, you know, hey, and I'm like, I'm over here, and I'm like... What? Actually, you know, it's not that bad at aiming as well, because you tend to drop the controller a little bit. Oh, and it's got to be all of them. It's got to be all of them. So as long as I can even point. I can still point as long as I'm gripping it, keeping the spell in, or I keep my finger on the trigger. It doesn't matter. I can even do an OK sign. I've just got to keep some of the fingers on, and I'm all right. Oh, and the thumb. If I keep the thumb on it, I'm okay as well. If I keep the thumb on it. Oh, I don't know whether I might get used to that. I might get used to that, you know. Oh, the only problem is, and there is this... There's a slight delay. Sometimes, it depends. Because the controller's got to detect you. See, it's not detected it now. Now it's done. So there is like a slight delay and a chance that it won't detect it. Plus also, you know, plus also you do have the accidental shooting people. Great idea. Probably just running into the old Skyrim performance issue. Oh wait, no, selfie mode. No, what? When hand closes and opens. Okay, let me just. Okay, right, I get it. Because if I close the hand and then I open it later on, it's not activating. But if I close, open. But like for example, I've closed it and then I open, close it and then I open. But if I sort of go close, open, no. I gotta do it quick. Oh, it is. It's very quick. It's like a... So you'd be holding your hands like this and you'd be like... Shh, boom! Boom! It's a good idea, but I feel like just not quite there yet. Such a nice idea. Such a nice idea. Yeah, so it just if I knew it would absolutely react perfectly. The other thing is knowing when you've got a spell. I think it would almost be like a moment of, I'd like to click the trigger to arm it, and then it's got free range, and then click the trigger and it disarms it. But that's the same as putting your spells away, I guess. It's just, I'm never going to remember that. Alright, you know what, though? We have found a MageVR replacement. We have definitely found a Mage... Oh, interestingly, if I start the gesture and then move the hand up, it only goes to where the gesture started. So what I can do is I can... And it'll go below. Okay, I'm not going to do that very often. Oh, no, I like that. 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 a lot. Along with Rick. Definitely liking that. Definitely liking that. Oh, yeah. Yeah. This is going to make the playthrough a lot more VR friendly. A lot less... Because this is just... I mean, it's okay. It pauses time. It's going to be useful at certain moments. Oh, wasn't there also an option in the Spellwheel VR to slow down time? People said logging. Slow time. Slow time only in combat. Might be a nice idea. Slow time scale. Slow time percentage. 100 means no slow time. 1. Ah, so if I was in... okay. And then I do... Okay, so it slows time down a little bit now. Is it complete? Or I could change it so that it does... So I like the way it does it as well. I like the sound of slowdown. Do you know what I mean? It feels better than a menu. This feels too impersonal, right? The frozen time. Completely sort of like... dropping you out of it. But for some reason, that time slowdown there, I felt was like... Let's just go for, say, 20%. I mean, that's even better. We've still got like movement, and I can do like... How do I do shouts? No, it's not that. Okay, and because I'm now in... I don't know, I think maybe a little bit of time flow, so I've still got to make a decision pretty quick. Just, it feels better than that. Does that make sense? So like...
Someone do something.
The sound of slowdown, everything moving slow, I feel like I've got time to...
Ah, found you.
Here we go, come on, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Oh, it's an arrow. What are you gonna do? I'm gonna change now. I'm gonna change to... zapping. How about that? How about that? Hey, Alva. You know what's fun? Dying. Oh, really? 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 I didn't want to kill the doggy, but... You left me no choice, Stump. You left me no choice. I think it's like 20% maybe is a good mix. It feels like that's like maybe, you know, it allows me a bit of time to grab it. Like I'm thinking about the spell I'm changing without it completely slowing down. But even the one, I feel like that was not actually because it had that sound going. You felt like time was frozen, but like in a weirdly realistic's the wrong word. I felt like I was focusing and funneling in rather than just poof, I'm in a game, there's a menu. Does that make sense? Does anyone know what I mean? I mean maybe 10%. So everything's just like 10 times slower. And now you still get the feeling of like having all the time in the world of a menu, but without dropping out. And I love the fact that it only happens in combat. That's actually... You can change it as well. You can change it so that it does it... Visual. Add item glow? Lighting effect? No. You can set it so that you could turn that off and then it'll slow time all the time. I'm loving this. I am loving... Oh. Can I save my preset? Alright. Preset saved. Do I not give it a name? Will this load it when I start a new game? Because I've set all the distances. Not that it's the end of the world, but... No, all right, ladies and gents. This. Now, we're cooking with gas. Oh, is that still a saying? Oh.